Hello everyone, and welcome to another Dwarven Tavern video. This is a review, and this time we are going to review You Blew It. And I'm Dr. Jeff Goins, by the way, as if you didn't know, and with us the royal me.
We are none amused. I'm Dr. Lisa Goins, and this is Jeff Goins, and we are with Dwarven Tavern, and we're doing the review of You Blew It. And the reason why this is so cool is it looks like a stick of dynamite. Okay? And
that'd be a big stick of dynamite.
That would be like major TNT, like huge Nobel Peace Prize winning stuff here. Okay? But the cool thing about this particular game is we go to Gen Con every year, and in the press room they had a lot of games to be seen by media, because it's really hard to get through and talk to people on the gaming floor and see a lot of the products. So a lot of the vendors will put things in the press room to be seen, and this was one of the ones that we saw. Unfortunately, this past year, a lot of the games walked and weren't returned back. They were just supposed to be demos, or they were going back and being sold, because a lot of the gamers on the floor, the convention floor, they sold out. So they came back and got the press room games, and they weren't there. So we tried to let everybody know that if we had acquired any of the games, that we did have them and we would review them. So this particular one is called You Blew It, and this game looks like a stick of dynamite. It's awesome, and this one caught my attention. Now, normally we see a lot of games, and it's like, oh, that's a cool game, I'd like to review that one. And a lot of the gaming companies like, hey, Dwarven Tavern, you've been around for over 25 years. We know you will review the games and be honest with us. Would you review our game? Awesome, we do that.
Let me interrupt you for just a second here. This is by Prospero Hall. This is the Wonder Forge, and that's the makers of the game. So okay. Please continue.
And then I saw this game, and this game caught my attention. And the whole reason why.
How'd you get to stand up like that? I can never get it to stand up like that.
Because I have a gaming character called Willie Spears. And Willie Spears is in a cowboy campaign, a cowboy prospector campaign that we started a couple years back. And I adore Willie. He's your lanky 6 foot, cowboy trying to be a prospector,
He's a youngster too, right? I mean, he's just like a real young guy.
Gunslinger, yeah, he's trying, and he sucks. He sucks at it. He can't use a sawed-off shotgun. He can't use a shotgun. He can't use throwing picks. He can't use a 6-shooter. When it comes to gunpowder, he's terrible. He can't do it. But he does have a way with dynamite. And he can throw a dynamite. He can throw dynamite and land it anywhere. He's just a pro with it. He could make it, you tell him to stick it over there that many yards, that angle, you put it in just so. Willie can do it. Roll, bam, Willie's got it. Okay, so when I saw this game, I'm like, oh my God, it's Willie Spears' game. Oh, this is cool. We can take this game and implement it into the cowboy campaign, which is what a lot of games you can do. You can play a game within a game. It's very Inception-like, but you can do that. So I totally geeked out when I saw this game. I mean, it's like, it takes a lot of work when you're packaging for the public. These type of containers and games, when they're packaged and stuff, they cost a little bit more because of the packaging. It's easy to make a box and sell a box cheap. It's not easy to make something look like a stick of dynamite and sell it cheap, let alone get it through certain customs, okay? Especially nowadays. But when I saw this particular game, I'm like, I gotta do this one. So I was allowed to look at this one. So I opened it up, and this comes with a set of cards
It's 70 cards, I think.
And of course instructions, and then everybody takes turn being the prospector. But the coolest thing about this game is the dynamite dice. Okay, now the totally cool thing about this game is you have dice that are literally sticks of dynamite. So if you don't even like this game to begin with, the dice are freaking cool. Look at this. Look at this. Is this not something that is just totally awesome? You've got all your numbers around here.
It's 8-sided.
Yeah, it's 8-sided. So you might have to, get 2, whatever. But you roll the dice, and then whatever's up on top. I rolled 2 4s, but if you wanted to, if you really wanted to go all out, you could be like, okay, so there's 6 8s, so let's go for maximum damage. So we got a 3 1 5 8 1 5. So you add all that up, and it's awesome. Okay, hi Nixie. And so all of this is totally cool. Okay, if you don't like this game at all, the dice are totally worth it. Okay, so I'm totally geeking out. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Because the first thing I went to, I was like, oh, Willie Spears. It's like he's got his dynamite, and he's like, I can go, yes, and I got it, So I'm envisioning all of this. So now, to do the game justice, we also have the cards that go with it, and it's a prospecting game. So claim jumping, basically. So you have your cursed cards, which basically are things that if you have these cards, you don't want these gems. Very much like the old Christmas movie where the prospector that everybody's famous with, and his name is
Yukon Pete.
Yukon Pete. Silver and gold. Sometimes he was at silver. Yeah, sometimes he was after gold.
He would taste his pick.
That's right.
Stick his pick in the thing.
So just like Yukon Pete, sometimes you're not interested in a certain gem. Okay? So you're not looking for those to claim gem. Okay? So you got those. And then you divide the cards up. And you have a faulty detonator, because not all dynamite goes off. And sometimes if it's the wick gets wet or the lines aren't tied correctly or something, it just doesn't go off. I think your dad could probably speak more to dynamite.
Yeah, my dad worked the coal mines in Kentucky, and he was I think he was 9 years old when they let him shoot the coal, and that means stick the dynamite in the hole and blow it when he was 9 years old. So he had a lot of experience with dynamite.
Not like what we use, which is okay today. So the cards include a safe. So if your safe is over your cards, nobody can jump your claim. Awesome, which really happens. So a lot of times in the old days, you had to take your claim into the bank, and then it was safe. Then you have your claim jumping cards, so you can jump people's claims, and you are like totally awesome, but you need to get down. And
I'm a Disney princess.
Then you have the multiple card, just like in Uno, that's 4-colored. You can jump any gem. And then, of course, you have the famous fire in the hole cards, which that's pretty much when the dice come in. Okay, so the game is pretty simple. You divide up the cards for everybody, and you can jump claims and not jump claims. And Jeff pulled out the little doohickey that you can actually, this is for the person who's in charge of the rolls for the prospecting. They get first dibs sometimes they don't. Sometimes you can jump theirs. The rules are very simple as far as who does what. It goes around clockwise. And
yeah, so basically the mechanics of the game is one person's a prospector, everybody else is trying to jump their claim. And then the prospector draws cards until he gets a gem, puts it out onto the stack where this is what my claim is, and everybody can choose to try and jump it or not, and they have to roll a certain number on their dynamite, and if they get it, then they get the claim, and if they don't, then they lay their dynamite down, and they can't roll again for that claim.
Yeah. So once you've rolled, then your dynamite stays down.
Yep.
And that kind of tells everybody else at the table that you're no longer eligible to try and jump a claim.
Right.
Now, we played this game down in the mountains. And just by luck, we had a prospector hat. So we kind of forewent this particular piece.
Yeah, we actually passed the hat.
We passed on this, and we actually had a hat that we passed around, and that really added to the whole authenticity of playing it. So you can add props or leave props out in any game, but we did it because it was fun. And
all the guns were on the table.
Absolutely, especially down in the mountains. But I totally suck at this game. I couldn't win this game for nothing. I tried and I tried. I couldn't jump a claim. I couldn't steal a claim. I couldn't roll high enough. I was running out of dynamite.
Didn't you come in like last?
I came in dead last. I'm dead last. I absolutely suck at this game.
Every time.
Everybody else had a great time. Everybody else was winning. The person we thought was going to win didn't win because they had their claim jumped, and someone else won because someone else had taken most of their stuff and put it in the safe. So there was some strategy going on, but not me.
Yeah, it's not all luck.
I couldn't get this game for nothing. I will never win the Nobel Peace Prize because I can't throw a stick of dynamite to save my soul.
Oh, you wanna tell them why the Nobel Prize keeps coming into the conversation?
And the Nobel Peace Prize is because the gentleman who invented dynamite, TNT, actually kind of felt bad that so many people were getting killed, and decided that he needed to offer a peace prize. So he took the assets from making dynamite and created the Nobel Peace Prize, which is given away yearly. And they have a big dinner, unless you're Mother Teresa, who said, let's give this money to, instead of having a big party for me, let's feed the homeless and the poor. So they did that. And some people will actually put it in their divorce papers that in case the person they were ever married wins the Nobel Peace Prize, they get half, and that's happened too.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learn something every day.
Gold diggers, man. Got to talk about that when we're talking about prospecting.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Lay claim to that stage.
Yeah, so you never know. But the cool thing about dynamite is dynamite without the wick isn't really even dangerous. You know, they always show the old pictures of the boxes of dynamite, and everybody's like, oh, you know, and it's like, until the wick is down in here and it's lit, you don't have a problem. You can actually stuff it out, and it's fine. This part here needs to be temperature controlled, more or less. It can't get wet or whatever. It won't fire. But
my dad told me you can actually burn a box of dynamite and it'll just burn.
Yeah,
unless it has a blasting cap in it,
which is this part right here.
The wick goes into a blasting cap, just like a percussion cap on a muzzleloader.
Yeah. So, and you can look that up, all the details of how dynamite is made and the details of it. But all in all, this game was a lot of fun. We enjoyed this game. I absolutely cannot win this game. I try to get with it. But if you are fascinated with TNT and, as ACDC says, done dirt cheap type things, you can actually get this particular game. But if you are like me and you have a side character in another game, like Willie Spears, who is this 6 foot lanky young guy who really good with dynamite, you might just want it for boom. You might just want to afford the dice. And as you can see, I'm not very good with the game, but I do like the dice. And I would say overall we did enjoy the game and everything. We're going to give it 4 axes because it's an awesome game. It is available out there. It's really cool in itself. I mean, if you just wanted something for a prop for a game or something, or later on for something else, you could do that. The game company is Prospero Hall, and it's Wonderforge at www.wonderforge.com. PO Box 45128 Seattle, Washington is where this comes out at, and there is a video. You can go to wonderforge.com and you blew it game and see the video for more information.
Yeah, I tried clicking on it on the box there and it didn't work, so.
And it comes with 70 cards, 6 dynamite dice, which I think are totally awesome, and it is worth just this, because if you're a dice collector and you totally love different types of dice and everything, I mean,
well, especially if your character rolls
and then if you're
for dynamite damage.
Absolutely. So if you're playing a cowboy campaign and you're like, I really just want to, it gives us so much more, but I totally love this game, and if this game stays in the Dwarven Tavern Museum, the dice will probably vanish into my dice bag. So
they're not hard to miss, though.
No, I totally love this. I love this. It's so hard to come up with things that you can switch in and out sometimes, and I think this game has a lot of possibilities with integrating even just the dice, and then of course the game itself. It's great, and fire in the hole, but I totally loved it, and we all loved it, but I suck at playing this game.
Well, yeah, but you had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun. Couldn't win this game for nothing, and that's not going to stop us for giving it 4 axes. So if you'd like to hear more about this game, again, it's Prospect Hall, and that'll be www.Prospect Hall, and it's You Blew It, and I'm Lisa Goins, and this is Dr. Jeff Goins, and we're with Dwarven Tavern, and at first you feared it, then you blew it up. So if you like this game or want to play it or have some of your own information, down below you can leave some comments, and we'd love to hear it.
So on behalf of the whole cast and crew of the Dwarven Tavern, we want for you to wish for nothing but adventure. First I feared it, then I charged, or blew the hell out of it.
Ooh,
and
got 11.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.